Charleston is this wonderful historic city that was founded in 1670. So it embodies not only America's great history, but also the many opportunities and challenges that we face as a growing country today. The example is Charleston's growth now exceeds over 800,000 people. The city, its citizenry, both here in Charleston and the state, have numerous medical challenges and healthcare needs, so the medical district has grown significantly. In the medical district is not only the Medical University of South Carolina, but also the VA hospital and then local Roper St. Francis. Like any urban research institution, particularly a medical university, it had captive geographic boundaries. So its students, its doctors, the companies that were associated with it had no place to live or grow and expand. So Westedge was envisioned to allow the medical university to extend beyond its physical boundaries, not only into the adjoining neighborhoods to help and support those residents and offer them job growth opportunities, but also to commercialize the research within the kind of captive walls of the medical university. So the first phase of Westedge, where we sit here today, contains 587 apartment residences, 100,000 feet of retail, including a 50,000 square foot grocery store that was requested or desired by the medical university, and then 160,000 square feet of Class A office and research space for the companies that are expanding out of the medical university. The most challenging project that we developed here was the 22 Westedge office building, which is an 8-story, 160,000 square foot building built on 383 piles. There are wet labs, there are fume hoods, there are clean rooms that require an unusual heavy load of HVAC than exhaust capability. So Westedge is not a typical office building. The building has about 15,000 square feet of ground floor retail that you'll see, Savour's Demond, French Cafe that just took occupancy, Rush Bowls. There are a variety of different retail amenities that we want to deliver for the benefit of our individual tenants. But then the building further contains an upscale private dining club on the 7th floor, basically the de facto MUSC faculty club, and then lab space on the 8th floor for Vicor and Scientific, and then potential lab expansion space on the 6th floor for Vicor as well.
Vicor was founded really in an effort to meet the demand, kind of a growing demand nationally and globally for better diagnostics in infectious disease. And we do that by providing molecular testing. And the molecular testing that we have provided is customized, and it's in infectious disease as well as surrounding resistance, antibiotic resistance gene testing. Westedge offers so much to us that we did not even realize as we were building this plan out. But from a space standpoint, obviously we were able to get around 22,000 square feet right off the bat, and that was plenty of space to be able to even serve COVID and grow like we did. So we're thankful for this space, but I don't know any other lab in America that has 360 views of city and water. So having all of the glass pretty much all the way around the lab, people can feel that they're working in a different space. Most lab spaces are very dark and they don't really have a lot of windows, but our lab employees can look up from what they're doing at any time and look at the water or look at the city and feel a little bit of that freedom and relaxation that brings into our lab.
Welcome to Studio 22, our co-working, executive offices, and building conference center designed specifically for startup life science and technology companies as well as established companies. Here in the studio, we've got 2 different conference rooms, each with audio and video capabilities, with Zoom technology, along with individually furnished offices, multiple co-working stations, IT, along with complete copier and scanning capabilities, what we call kind of a plug-and-play capability for the startup companies that we see coming over here to Westedge from MUSC.
I'm also the co-founder and CEO of Bodhi Neurotech, and it's a startup tech company here in Charleston based in 22 Westedge that's developing the Zendo meditation enhancing device, which is a at-home wearable system to rapidly accelerate the effects of personal meditation practice. We do everything from the packaging all the way up to having board meetings. And here at 22 Westedge, especially in this Studio 22 office, we have access around the clock to come in and take care of business. We have all Zoom conferencing enabled here. So especially during COVID, we were doing a lot of video conferencing, and we would just book and reserve our room, and then they would be live projected on the monitors. So that was really nice. There's internet printing. We receive mail here. If any customer has any issues with products, or we need to send or return products, they all come here. So it's really nice to have a real address and a really beautiful space to work in. This place is amazing. It's all windows, and it's a really cool place to work.
On behalf of our development partners of the City of Charleston, the Medical University of South Carolina, its foundation, and the Westedge Foundation, thank you for taking a few minutes today to understand what the Westedge project has done, not just for us as a development company, but for the greater community of Charleston. What you see is the culmination of 7 years of work, over $350 million of investment, the bricks and mortar of a project, but it's much more than that. These are the stories that you saw today of Shay Harrelson and Scotty Branch, founders of Vicor, who amazingly started their business at the same time that we were financing and developing this 22 Westedge building. So in 2 short years, Shay and Scotty have developed a company that employs over 450 people, mainly here in Charleston, South Carolina, and developing proprietary discoveries, helping COVID and other patients around the world. It's an amazing story. And then our friend Bashar Badran and his partner Baron Short, who've created Zendo Technologies. They have done a terrific job almost matriculating over here from the Medical University to Westedge to join our greater family in creating new discoveries and new companies here in Charleston.